What up, though, family and friends? Hoping and praying that each one of you are doing good in your health as well as in your spirit. Welcome back. We're into season 2 now of motivating, uplifting, and encouraging one another. And believe me, that's what this is all about. We're just trying to motivate our people, encourage one another, and lift each other up, especially during these trying times. This season, we're going to go by topics as they present themselves in our community, in our culture, and in our society. So, first of all, we want to do this one today based on what's been happening lately, especially with the killing in Wisconsin, Kenosha, Wisconsin. And I first of all want to commend the NBA, the Major League Baseball, and all the other sports that have decided or made a decision not to play those couple of days because of the injustice that's been going on. I especially want to commend Kenny Smith of Inside the NBA for walking out and supporting the players, and for what Doc Rivers said, and all the other coaches and players for standing for something. That's what we need. We need people that's going to stand for what's right. We've been marching for so long, and the marching is okay, but it's not solving anything. We're not getting anything out of the marches. So now it's time to elevate. It's time to do a little something more, because people are losing their lives. People are dying now. So let's get to this point. Anytime, I said earlier in the week that anytime that a man shoots another man in the back 7 times, he deserves to be thrown under the jail. There's no cause for that. If that man was a threat, there's other means he could have used. In the military, they teach us that there's a kill shot and there's a wound shot. If he was such a threat to you, if you wanted to put him down, you could have shot him in his leg. You could have shot him in his foot. That would have brought him down. But to turn around and shoot him in the back 7 times, you were trying to kill him. There's no doubt about it. So either it's one thing. Either you are not trained well, or you just didn't care. So now there's some things that need to be done. And it needs to start at the top. We say in the military that shit rolls downhill. Okay, so we want stuff to change. We're going to have to start at the top. We're going to have to change the lawmakers at the top so that we can break down this old corrupt system. The system is definitely corrupt, and it needs to be overhauled. It needs to be revamped, period. Too many people have sat up and got filthy rich off of it, and that's exactly what they're doing up there now. That's all they're doing. This stimulus money and all this other money, and that's all Mr. Trump is doing, is making sure his buddies are rich off of his administration. That's it. It's not for me to or us to decide or try to make you change who you vote for. Who you vote for is your decision. It is. But if you want something different, you got to do something different. If you want to change, you got to change something. Because obviously this is not working. It's definitely not working for the people of color. So we're gonna have to get out and start making a change. Something else I wanted to touch on. In our community, we need more unity. In our community, we need more unity. And it's time for people that are of age to start promoting this, to start the teaching this. I had a friend of mine tell me it was an incident that happened the other day in Detroit, where a 14-year-old girl was, her and 2 black guys were arrested because they were out at 3:30 in the morning shooting at police. Now, I posted comments saying, why is a 14-year-old girl out that late at night, 3:30 in the morning? Well, where's her parents? Where's the parental guidance? And somebody came by and said, well, this is a new age now. The parents are scared of the children, and the children are running them. Now, that's where the change needs to start. Parents need to start standing up and making a change in their own house. If you can't rule your house, you in serious trouble. There's no way in the world my daughter would have been out at 3:30 in the morning at 14 years old. I wouldn't give a darn who she was with. If she was with me and her mother, me and her mom ain't gonna be out at 3:30 in the morning. So there has to be some structure, and if you got to put your foot down in your own house. If they don't want to live by your rules, then they're gonna have to find something else to do, or they have to find somewhere else to go, or you're gonna have to start telling on them. It ain't snitching. Tell on them. Tell on them that this child is unruly. I can't handle her. I need some help. Put her in juvenile. Put them in jail. You know if your sons or your kids out there selling drugs or doing whatever they're doing. You know it. You know what's going on in your home. But 9 times out of 10, you're allowing this to happen because you're a part of it. There's an old saying that says either you're a part of the problem or you're a part of the solution. Now, what I'm saying is a lot of times these parents are a part of the problem because they drinking and smoking and getting high and turning up with their children. Once you start doing that, your children have no more respect for you. So that's why you done lost rule in your home, because you're engaging in the same activity. You're condoning the same activity. My mother, there was a time growing up that I knew my mother used to take a little drink, and my mother smoked cigarettes. I've never known her to do any drugs or anything. I totally know she didn't do that. But, she didn't allow me to engage with her. Even when I got grown, I didn't drink with my mother. I didn't drink with no adults in my family. None of that. They didn't play that. So, we lost control. It ain't that they out of control, you out of control. So the head has to be the leader. You got to start leading. You got to get back control. And how do you got to get back control? You got to get you under control first. You got to get you under control. You got to start doing the right thing. You got to start practicing what you preach. And then they'll maybe start listening. They'll start following. Because children, it ain't about what you tell them. It's about what you show them. They done heard all of that other mess. That's why they don't trust the churches anymore. The church done hurt them, because they done seen everything that the pastors and people are in the church are doing, and they saying, shoot, you talking about do right this and do right that, and you ain't doing right. So they done lost faith. They done lost hope in it. They done lost confidence in it. They done lost confidence in you. So you got to get the confidence back. And this is all we're just trying to do. We're just trying to lift one another up. Eat the meat and spit out the bone. If it don't apply, let it fly. All right? That's it. You know what I mean? It ain't about that I know everything. See, that's what's wrong with our culture now. We got these old half-wit leaders, and then the followers, they want to lead by their own thinking. You can't go by your own thinking. Your own thinking got you in the problems or situations that you're in now. So back to this government thing. We got an election coming up, and I'm going to be truthful with you, and I got to say this. I don't care what you believed in before. This election calls for all hands on deck. All hands on deck for this one. If your pastor or your bishops or your spiritual foundations telling you don't vote because we're not a part of that, governmental system, I'm not telling you to go against that. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is, if you are a child of God, God needs you to help others. Others need help. So this is why this election is all hands on deck. It ain't about you. Yeah, okay, God looks out for us. God provides for us. But now we, as the children of God, we got to look out for those other ones that don't believe, that are not in Him, that are not in the body of Christ, that are not in Him as far as faith. We got to stand up for them. We got to make an election sure, because they need us. And once again, in this election, it's all hands on deck. We got to start changing things. I said earlier in the year, and I've been saying this for a long time, that In order to get things changed, in order for the government to change, we got to change the faces that govern. Change the faces that govern. These people that's been up there all these years, Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, all them people have been getting rich and think they running things. We need to get them out of there because, see, they've lost the fact that they are an elected official. You are an elected official. You've been put in a position to serve the people. Now you got your chest out because you've been there 10, 15, 20 years and you think that you got some power. We need to take that power from you. You done got power struck. You done got bought and you done been paid off by these corporations. And that's why you're wealthy like that. And you done got power struck. So that's what it is. With that, I think we've covered most of everything we want to say in this first season 2. We want to try not to keep it too long because we want to keep your attention. But the main thing is to uplift, encourage, and motivate one another. With that, I pray that God bless you and God keep you. Peace.